Many people may not have seen a fish with wings, and this unique species is known as flying fish. These wings are not actual wings, but a gliding structure on their pectoral fins, allowing them to soar through the air. While flying fish typically spend more time swimming in the water than actually flying. When faced with underwater predators, they leap out of the water collectively, creating a spectacular display of flight. Although flying fish can escape underwater threats through flight, they may also attract the attention of aerial predators. Therefore, before taking flight, flying fish adjust their angles and swiftly swim. As they approach the sea surface, they fully spread their pectoral and pelvic fins, making extensive contact with the air. Following this, they vigorously swing their tail fins left and right, creating a zigzagging water trail. Leveraging the buoyancy of the air and the powerful motion of their tail fins, they propel their bodies rapidly out of the water, resembling a sword in motion. This unique flying ability enables flying fish to not only evade threats underwater, but also confront new challenges that may arise in the air.
Woven from light, shadow, and adaptation. Within the stillness of the deep, currents stir a world shaped by extremes, where each organism is a quiet triumph of survival. This is not merely an environment, but a dynamic interplay of resilience and resourcefulness. The life forms here are not passive inhabitants, but active participants in a delicate choreography, thriving where no one thought possible. Every glimpse reveals a complexity that challenges what we know about existence itself.
Oh my gosh, this woman is a genius. Over the course of 10 days, she didn't just build an impressive fish trap in a 100-foot wide river. She also constructed a massive bamboo water barrier across the river, redirecting the water flow straight into the trap. It's a constant setup for catching wild fish. After 10 days of intense work, the main structure of the water barrier finally started to take shape. She cut down bamboo poles and placed them securely on the frame, giving the entire structure greater strength and tighter gaps. She worked for an entire day, setting up all the crossbars and fastening each one with wire. Then, she carefully moved the large bamboo mats she wove earlier onto the water barrier's frame from the riverbank. With these mats in place, the structure became even more solid, creating a nearly impenetrable defense against fish escaping. After laying down the mats, she used river stones to press the edges firmly into place, ensuring they would stay steady in the strong currents without any gaps for fish to slip through. One by one, she placed 5 more bamboo mats on the barrier, each secured with heavy stones. She made sure each mat would withstand the water's flow and stay tightly fixed on the structure. When she reached the fish trap, she used bamboo mats to secure the bottom and sides of the trap, eliminating any possible escape routes for the fish. After hours of careful work, the bottom and sides were sealed tightly with the mats, leaving no way for the fish to get out. To enhance the fish-catching device, further, she went deep into the woods to cut palm leaves and brought them back to the river. She planned to add a layer of palm leaves on top of the water barrier, since, although the bamboo structure was solid, the gaps still allowed water to flow through freely. By covering the barrier with palm leaves, she would block those gaps, raising the water level. Once the water rose and overflowed into the trap, the fish would be carried right into her catch zone. As the sun finally set, she finished laying all the palm leaves over the barrier, inspecting every inch of the setup carefully to ensure no possible escape routes. She gave special attention to the fish trap, checking thoroughly to make sure everything was in perfect order. Once she was confident that every part was secure, she took a deep breath of satisfaction, feeling proud of her hard work. Excited for tomorrow's catch, she headed home with a heart full of anticipation. The next morning, she eagerly brought a bucket to the river. Just as she expected, a few plump fish were already lying in the trap, looking defeated. Overjoyed, she waded into the river, carefully picking up each fish and gently placing them in her bucket. She planned to keep them in her pond, back home, and was already imagining a delicious fish dinner later. Once all the fish were safely in her bucket, she cleaned up the debris and leaves from the trap to ensure it would keep catching fish efficiently. If you could rate this amazing setup out of 1 billion, what score would you give? New Zealand is one of the most environmentally conscious countries in the world. In this magical land where there are more sheep than people, sheep emit a lot of methane gas during the digestive process, especially when they ruminate. In order to combat climate change and take responsibility for the environment, the New Zealand government had the idea of taxing sheep's farts. The purpose of the tax is to encourage farmers to adjust the formula of feed by adding special ingredients to optimize the digestion process of sheep to reduce the amount of methane produced, or to guide the use of more advanced grazing management mode to achieve a better balance between the activities of the sheep and the carrying capacity of the pasture to indirectly control the emission of gas. 1/3 of New Zealand is designated as nature reserve with 29% forest cover. Rare flora and fauna live in these pristine forests, and the government has legislated to protect these ecological treasures from illegal logging and hunting to safeguard biodiversity. Follow me to learn more about the world. It's the only city in the world without skyscrapers. It's also the best city in the world to move to. It's Edinburgh, Scotland. There are no modern skyscrapers and no 9-to-5 working day. In order to preserve the heritage and history of the city, they don't destroy any of the old buildings for the sake of the city's growth. Instead, they build on what's already there. That's why Edinburgh is the only place in the world where there are no skyscrapers. It's also one of the most livable cities in the world, without the stress of a big city. The environment is also very pleasant, and the streets are full of artistic atmosphere. It's full of high-class solitude, sadness, and romance that makes people fall in love with it. The city is full of charm, both in its quiet and simple beauty and its rich cultural heritage, which makes people fall in love with it. If time permits, why not experience the city for yourself? Follow me to see the beautiful world. This is one of the most profitable jobs in the world. You just need to knock on the jujube trees and you can earn $100,000 a month. After the jujube fruits are ripe, the workers won't pick them immediately. Instead, they will wait until all the jujube leaves are dried by the wind before picking. They keep knocking on the branches with wooden sticks, and the jujube fruits and leaves all fall to the ground like hail. Since the dried leaves are very light, the workers will use a large blower to blow away all the jujube leaves. The bright red jujube fruits are all exposed. The workers just need to collect them all together with tools and then put them into a screening machine and conduct a second screening to remove the branches and impurities inside. And the jujube fruits will uniformly fall into the baskets. These jujube fruits are Hetian jujube from Xinjiang, China. Compared with ordinary jujube fruits, its sweetness is very high. The freshly picked jujube fruits will be sent to the factory immediately. In the factory, the workers will classify the jujube fruits to ensure that every jujube fruit bought by customers is perfect. Finally, just put the jujube fruits under the sun to dry. The whole process takes about a week. After being exposed to the sun, the moisture of the jujube fruits decreases and the sugar concentration increases. The dried jujube fruits can be sold after drying. This kind of jujube fruit has a delicate pulp and tastes sweet when eaten. Do you like eating jujube fruits?
Oh shit.
China actually spent $90 billion to build a miraculous project that amazed the whole world. The planning of this project alone took 50 years. As soon as it was exposed, it shocked engineers all over the world. It is China's South to North Water Diversion Project, designed to last up to 100 years. It is called a true century-old project. The project is divided into 3 sections: East, Middle, and West. Since its construction, more than 2.2 trillion cubic feet of water has been sent to the north. The water problems of 42 large and medium-sized cities and more than 280 counties and districts have been completely solved. It has greatly improved the environment in the north that was worsened by water shortage. Water from the south travels 870 miles to the north with an elevation difference of less than 300 feet. This project is the strategic project with the largest investment and the widest coverage since the founding of New China. At present, the number of direct beneficiaries has increased to 79 million. Promote potential productivity by improving water conditions. Form economic growth. I have to say that China's infrastructure is really amazing.
තියෙන කෝණේශ්වරම් කෝවිල. මේ කෝණේශ්වරම් කෝවිලේ තියෙනවා මේ ඔබට පේන්නේ ඔය අපේ බාරහාර වෙන්න ඔප්පු කරන්න තියෙන තැන්. එතනදී අපිට පඳුරු උනත් ගැට ගන්න පුළුවන් අපේ හිතේ තියෙන බාරහාරය. මෙන්න මේ පඳුරු ගැට ගන්න තැනට එහා පැත්තෙන් තියෙනවා සුවිශේෂී ගහක්. මේ ගහේ එල්ලලා තියෙන්නේ සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම තොටිලි. ඔබට පේනවා මේ තියෙන්නේ ගොඩාක් කට්ටිය ඇවිල්ලා තොටිලි එල්ලලා යනවා. මේකේ මට දැනගන්න ලැබිච්ච දෙයක් තමයි මේ දරුවන් නැති අය. එතකොට දරුවන් බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් ඉන්න අය ඇවිල්ලා තමයි මේ තොටිලි එල්ලන්නේ. ඉතින් මං විශේෂයෙන් මේ වීඩියෝ එකෙන් ඔබට කියන්න හැදුවේ ඔබ යම් කිසි වෙලාවක ට්‍රින්කෝ යනවා නම් ත්‍රිකුණාමලය යනවා නම් කෝණේශ්වරම් කෝවිලට යනවා නම් ඔබ දරුවන් පිළිබඳ බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් ඉන්නවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම තොටිල්ලක් හදාගෙන යන්න. ගිහිල්ලා මේ ගහේ එල්ලලා එන්න. ඔබේ බලාපොරොත්තුව අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම
This is a town built on a 400-meter bridge. Below is a rushing river that amazes people. It's a wine town in Chongqing. The houses are lined up close to the edge of the bridge. Half of them are whitewashed Chinese buildings. The other half are colorful European-style buildings. The combination of Chinese and Western styles is both novel and romantic. From a distance, the colorful houses on the 400-meter-long viaduct seem to be suspended in mid-air. If it were not for the residents coming and going, it would be hard to tell if it was a dream or reality. It is understood that the bridge itself is an abandoned pedestrian bridge. It was transformed by the locals to create such a stunning landscape. It's rare to see such a unique sight. Nowadays, the town on the bridge attracts a lot of tourists with its ingenious design. It also brings in a steady stream of income to the local economy. Follow me to show you a different world.